What's good, YouTube? It's Rage Real. So in today's video, I want to show you guys how this one setup can beat just about every single coverage in Madden 23. So if you enjoy this video, go and drop a like on the video right now. Go ahead and sub and turn on post notifications on. So as far as playbooks, I'm in the Bucs offensive playbook. Again, I'm in the Bucs offensive playbook. Now I really love this gun bunch halfback strong formation. So I don't think I have an ebook actually on this. So if you're interested in getting an ebook, make sure you visit my website, allthingsmadden.com. The link is in the description. Now I have about 13 different ebooks that I have. So if you want any of those ebooks, they're on there. When you buy it, it'll automatically be uploaded to your account, so you can get it right there. And also, each ebook has its written descriptions and all that, and timestamps in the video. So make sure that if you're interested, go get it. And if you want any personal formation, so if you really like this gun bunch halfback strong, for example, then I will customly make you an ebook based on that formation, and it'll be uploaded into your account automatically in about 24 to 48 hours, depending on how many people have, that I have to make one for. So anyways, all that said, let's go on and dive right into this video. So personnel, the only thing that matters is whoever your best receiver is needs to go right here. Whoever your fastest receiver is need to go right here. So normally, if you had to choose between speed and overall, I would choose speed right here. You really need somebody who's going to be at their absolute fastest, but who also can catch the ball. So that's why I have Justin Jefferson right here in this position. Now, the only play we're going to talk about in today's video is going to be the sluggo seam. Now, I really love this play, and it complements well when you pair it with these other plays such as wide trail, such as verticals, bench pivot, and then PA bunch shot, and also Z spot. So when you pair it all together, man, this scheme is actually really dangerous. And I may do some live gameplay depending on how many likes this video gets. I may just do some live gameplay and let you guys just see how I would run this offense, but it's a really great offense. So we're gonna go to sluggo seam. Now I'm gonna cycle between dollar and dime, because in dollar I want to show you versus cover 4 drop how it fares, but versus dime I also want to show you some zone and some match coverage. So I think what we'll do here is we'll go to dime. We'll come back to dollar last if I remember. I may not. If I don't, I'll talk about it at the end. But anyways, what we're gonna do is come out and cover 3. So what we're gonna do first is notice how our cover 3 is away from the bunch. Most people do not do that. Most people are going to put their guy to the bunch side. So what we'll do is we'll recreate a traditional cover 3 that you're gonna see. You're either going to see it look like this, or you'll see the safety directly in the middle right here. It all just depends on what formation they come out in. But I'll put it worst case scenario, which is our third. Their third is right here. So the reason I'm doing all this is because we're actually going to be able to glitch out their safety, not their safety. We're going to glitch out their cornerback. And this play stock actually glitches out, which is pretty cool. But I don't like this setup stock. But this play stock can glitch out cover 3, but I don't like it. What I would prefer you to do, so there's 2 setups that I like. So for the first one, I like to take square, put them on the in route, X on the streak, triangle on the swing route. Now this is my first setup. Now the second setup that I like is smart route and squares route, and taking X, putting them on a drag. So either one will work exactly the same versus all coverages. It just changes up the reads a little bit. So me personally, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna stick with this one because this is my favorite one by far, but the other one works really well too. Okay, it's just based on preference, and I like to mix up both of them. Now what we're gonna do here is I'm gonna show you what exactly happens. So first I'm gonna show you off coverage cover 3, and I'm gonna show you press. Now you don't need to motion anybody at all. You can run in stock just like this. And what we're going to do is actually be able to glitch out that cornerback. Now notice I did get it out of range, so that's why that throw was close. But you want to get a strong arm quarterback, somebody who can get the ball out there, but you also need to be able to step up in the pocket. Now what's worth noting on this play is I want you to watch what happens right here with the quarterback. So notice how he's going to do this action right here. Okay, he's going to do that every single time. That action happens every single time. Now what I recommend you to do is when you get this action, go ahead and just take your hand like off the analog stick. Don't try to move it, because what happens is it's going to force you just to drift really far in the pocket. Now if you're quick with it, you can do it, but if you're not quick with it and you're not fast enough, it's going to force you to go this way, and sometimes you can get sacked doing that. So just be very careful. But if you let the animation carry out, they'll stay exactly where they are. Then you'll have the freedom to move up. Now when calling this play, I've seen the most success when you're able to step up. So not to the side. Notice how I step to the side, but I try to step up. You have the most success. If we were to step up just a tiny bit more, it would make that throw easier. But anyways, let's take a look at some other things. So this is going to happen every single time, whether they're pressed or up close, and I'll show you that here in a second. They just kind of stop covering, and it's like, for some reason, I don't know when they started doing this. This could be this particular route, but normally they always run with it all the way down the field. But at the certain spot right here, he's always going to turn off, and when he turns off, you're going to be able to unload this ball out there. That's why you kind of need a speedster, and you need a quarterback who can throw the ball, and that's why you want to step up in the pocket if you don't have a big strong arm. So you would really want to be throwing the ball right here, right next to 56, because I'm a little bit too far back. But anyways, reason I like this play is because for one, if they're playing a lot of zone drop, and they don't so if they're playing a lot of zone drop, a lot of times you can actually get away with throwing this drag route. Now obviously this is the hook zone right here by the CPU, so we're not going to throw it right here. But anyways, you can get a little sneaky dots right there. And also what's really nice is we can actually force the user to have to stay on this side of the field with their user, and we'll just throw this right here versus every single coverage versus cover 3 and cover 2, because that's what I primarily love. I love running this versus cover 3, cover 2, and man coverage. But I'm gonna show you all coverages, okay? But these are gonna be your 3 reads right here. Now if you want to do the other setup, you're gonna notice that we're gonna have somebody else open. But first of all, I want to go ahead and put everything back. Let's go ahead and put him in the middle third. Let's go ahead and bring him down. And I'm bringing him down because I'm letting you know, like, this is how you'll see your cover 3. So we'll put him in the hook zone right there. All right. Now what we're gonna do, of course, is go ahead and press now. And with this press coverage, it doesn't really change much, but I just want to go ahead and show you here. So we use this setup, then I'll come back and I'll show you the other setup to show you that, you know, if you want to read it different. But notice how I threw it a tad bit too early, and you don't. It's more of a timing based throw, okay? And again, there are better cover 3 beaters, but I really like this one. But this just gave a good example of how timing is important. So when they're pressing, the timing is going to be a little bit different. So in that pressing, you're gonna have to wait half a second longer, literally half a second. Notice how right here I got ready to unload as he was fading off, and that's why he ended up coming back. It's because I threw the ball a tad bit too early. But regardless, you can always have this throw right here, and you can have that in route. But we'll go ahead and set it up again. Now I know I technically could just flip my play, but trust me, through the little pre-labbing I did to you know, show you guys what defense I wanted to use, I figured I learned it's faster just to do it this way, because with this particular formation, if I flip it, it flips everybody. And I know it sounds kind of weird, but sometimes practice mode just does just crazy things. But anyways, I want to show you this one more time. So basically, you just want to step up, and then you want to wait for him to move, and this is why you want to step up. That is why you have to step up in the pocket. This play will not work. Okay, you notice how much emphasis I'm putting on this. And don't worry, we're going to fly through the rest of the coverages, but I really wanted to use this as an explanation. Like, you have to step up if you want to throw this ball. You have to, okay? It's not optional, because you need to get that ball. That extra yardage that you step up really matters with this play, because what we're saying is our receiver is faster than your safety. That's what we're saying. And we're saying that our quarterback, we need you to put the ball out there so we can trust our receiver's speed. Because in a real game, they're not going to be able to pick that. That is too far. They may be able to make a tackle, maybe, but they're not going to be able to pick it. And like I said, worst case scenario, you always have this option open, or you can always have this guy open, depending on, you know, what they're doing. But anyways, let's go ahead and move on. So actually, you know what? Before we move on, I want to show you the second setup that I gave you. And again, I mostly like this versus cover 3 and cover 2 and man coverage. So just keep that in mind. I don't really like this versus match or cover 4 drop. All right. So the second setup that I gave you is this one right here. And I want to show you that it still does work versus it's still going to be the same style of reads. So notice R1 is going to be open, and then I try to throw square, but I just want you to notice that you could use either one. It all just depends. Now with this setup, you're going to be able to hit square, you know, a lot easier, because you can actually hit him right there if you wanted to, if we wasn't just getting hollered at. But I like this because he's going to drop off still, and we still have this outside lane, and we still have this read if I can get to him right here. So Really love this play. So now we're gonna kind of fly through the rest of the coverages. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm probably not gonna throw a read, but I just need you to see something here. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna use the same setup. We're gonna use the same setup for all of them, but just know all of them will work the same way. Okay. Now versus cover 2, what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna try to hold the ball as long as possible without getting sacked, because I need to show you everything on here, because instead of just I don't want to just keep making this an extended video. I just kind of want to explain to you what my reads are, how I like them, so when you run this, you know what you're looking for. Now this is an option route right here. So if you don't remember this, he's on an option route. Now anytime there is cover 2, okay, anytime there's cover 2, what he's going to do is he's going to run a post anytime there's cover 2. That's why he broke it off to a post. Now what you need to know about that is that this mid read is going to match that for half a second on cover 2. Notice how he matches and let go. Now what happens here is that we have a nice dot here if we want it. So if the user is right here, he has to decide between stand underneath this post or following this in route. Most of the time they're going to follow that in route, and you'll be able to create a nice little throw, like a down and inside pass lead. You'll be able to get a nice little possession catch right there. So really love to do that. And also, if they're on this vertical hook, a lot of times you'll be able to throw this drag route right about here a lot of times, because a lot of times they'll take their user and kind of go up here, and you'll be able to throw that. Now, so my read progressions versus cover 2 is as followed. So I like to read between 1 right here. If you want to hit it quick, you can. Now I like to come back and read 2. I still like 3, and if for some reason you just have nothing, a lot of times what you can do is wait for this running back to push out that corner, and we can hit this guy right here as our 4th read. Okay, so this is just kind of how the play looks. Now I'm running one more time versus cover 2, but I want to throw that route that you see Justin Jefferson running, just so you know that you could throw that. Okay, because you might be looking at that saying, real, you really can't throw that, but I'm gonna show you. You actually can if they're not zone dropping. So again, you just want to wait, and you want to do like a down and inside. Now I threw that a tad bit too early too, but it helps to have a quarterback who actually has really good throwing arm, throwing mechanics, the throwing abilities. All those matter with this. But anyways, you get the point. You could definitely throw this. You just want to kind of wait, and then you want to normally you want to wait until he gets actually to him. So right about here, you'd want to throw the ball right about here, and then you want to grab him, and then it should be a possession catch right about here. So I threw the ball a tad bit too early, but you really want it, up in there for a nice possession catch. But anyways, you get the idea. You can definitely throw it. If not, you have other reads you can make. So I was cover 3, cover 2. Now we'll talk about man coverage. So man coverage, I need you to pay attention here. So first I want to give you the setup. We're going to do the same exact setup, but we're going to take circle, put him on a slant instead, and then we're actually going to motion him across. But before I do that, I need you to see something. So notice how R1 is an option, right? He can either break a post or he could run his fade. If there is only one high safety and it is man coverage, he will run that fade. So I want to show you that here, because most people run something like this, and then they'll use this guy and try to go out here and cover. They'll try to, if the running back blocks, they'll essentially just be an extra man. So I just want to show you one high safety, that's all, so you can understand. So anytime there is one high safety, R1 is not going to run that post. He's going to run that streak. And what that means is sometimes, now obviously I got a terrible, I got a terrible little throw right there, but I only throw it just because. Now don't expect that to be open. It can be, it definitely can though, but just, really when you run this, I love to always go from the drag to the slant to this in route. Now, if there's only one high safety, he is going to run this little post or this little streak concept. All right. Now, if there is 2 safeties, so let's go up in man cover. So if there is 2 safeties, or there's no safety at all deep, then he's going to run the post. So if there is a middle third, he's going to run the little streak. If there's no middle third, he's not going to run it. So to kind of prove that, what we'll do is do something like this. So based on this, what do you think he's going to run? He should run what? The post route, right? So let's go in and see, right? Because I actually don't know myself, but this is based on what they show and what they are programmed. So in this case, he should run that post route. Okay, no. So maybe it's the it has to be a deep half to his side, maybe. I thought I had it figured out, But okay, let's do it this way. Let's see what he runs this way. But as you can tell, it's an option route. So I'm also doing this. So if you run this and he doesn't, if they're so like for example, if they're playing man coverage and you're banking on him running that post, but he doesn't, I just want you to at least see, you know. I accidentally changed the play by accident, but I actually want you to see why, if that makes sense. So here we go here, and remember, this is what the coverage are. We're kind of testing it out to see. We're testing it out for each other. He should break post. Nope. Okay, so if there is any one deep coverage, so okay, so this is what it looks like to me. So if you're there, if your opponent's playing man coverage and you run this play and your guy's not breaking a post, what that means is that he has one person in a deep zone. So basically, if they have something like this, he's gonna run the post. If they have something like this, he's going to run the post route. If they have something like let's see, if they have something like this, he's going to run the post route. So if there is no deep zone, none at all, he's going to run a post. If there is at least one deep zone, so that's an inside third, a deep half, can I put him on deep half, a quarter, inside quarter, I couldn't get it. If there's at least one, he's going to run this little streak route. So to kind of simulate that, what we're going to do is just go ahead and motion him across, and he should actually run this streak route since there is one deep zone. Okay, cool. So we figured it out. I still can't get enough time to throw it. But we figured it out. So if there's at least one deep zone, one deep blue zone, then that means that's why your player's running a streak. So this helps you on offense, because if your opponent's running man coverage and for some reason you're just getting bagged, it kind of helps you understand what they're doing. So again, I'll kind of prove that here. Last time proving it. So since there is no deep zone, so we'll do it like this. So since there is no deep zones, the game doesn't register any of them. What he's going to do now he's going to run this post that you see. And the reason you want your best player there too, just for the zone beater, is also it's a really good man beater as well. So I just want to go ahead and show you this. So this post route, it can beat man coverage. I'm not gonna say it's just, you know, extremely great, but it can beat them if that's your best player, because what's going to happen is it allows you to get separation. So whoever your best route runner is, whoever your wide receiver one is, that's who needs to run that. And like I said, it just proved our point, because look, no safeties deep, that means he runs a post. So what that means is, if you kind of want me to help you scheme this together, let's say he's running man coverage, you can't figure it out. So I would use this play as like a base play to see, okay, what's my opponent in? So guess what? If I know that my opponent is not in, doesn't have any safeties playing deep when he plays man, guess what I can do? I can actually run this PA bunch shot and actually bomb his man coverage with that deep post, you know. So this is kind of how you start to put the schemes together, or you can use wide trail and try to, you know, split the safeties, but you get the idea, you get the point. That's just kind of how, you know, you would go. So last thing I want to show you is versus cover 4 drop, and then that's going to be the video. And again, I didn't show match because please don't run this versus match. It just doesn't work that well. Now, if they're playing cover 4 drop and they're not pressing, this is a great play. If they are pressing a cover 4 drop, I don't like it, and I'll show you why. So this is not pressing, right? So notice how he kind of stacks them, but cover 4 drop just really does a great job by itself covering it. So it's just why I wouldn't look to bomb cover 4 drop with this, you know. So it's just this particular play is not, you know, cover 4 drop friendly. And I'll show you the other setup too to see if that works a little better. But here's the other setup I gave you already, and we'll see if we're able to you know, bomb it a little easier with this setup. So with this one, it seems like we get a tad bit more separation, but I don't like playing with EA when it's that close. So, you know, I would recommend you just not worry about that. If they happen to be in cover 4 drop and you snap the ball, you still have reads. You still have this guy if you want it, or you can have this guy right up in here. Obviously, this is a spy, so you can still throw this ball, but those will be your 2 reads if you feel like it's cover 4 drop. Now, please don't be tempted to throw this, because you definitely will throw a pick, because they're going to let this guy, actually, they're going to let him play this tight end streak route also. They're going to let him be able to whip around and make a pick on that, so don't be tempted. But anyways, man, that's gonna wrap it up for this video. I do hope you guys have a blessed day. I'm sorry I still made this video long. I promise I try my best to not make it so long, but it seems like it happens every time. But anyways, I hope you guys have a blessed day. I'm Ray Jarrell, and I'm out.